So when it comes to making your website stand out, often one of the things that's really going to help your business is having high quality images. So today I'm going to reveal the 7 free downloaded areas I go to when I want to have high quality stock images for my websites. Hi, I'm Zane from Zanet Design, and I help businesses like yours benefit from my 20 years of experience. So make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure you press the bell too, so it notifies you of when the next update of the video comes out. Now, I'm going to take today just a moment to just take you to the websites I go to when I'm looking to purchase or to get free images for a website when I'm designing. And some of these are well-known websites. There's a couple maybe you've not thought of before. But let's take the first one, Pixabay. So we're going to look at 7. This is the first one, Pixabay. I use this because it's got a good search tool on it. It tends to be quite independent of other websites as well. So if I do a search for, say, mobile, let's see what comes up. So there we get a number of quality images that can be used. And what I like with Pixabay as well is you can get a free trial with it. And also you've got this ability to choose whether it's vector, photos, videos even, which again are much more relevant to websites these days. So I would say that this is one of the first websites I go to when I'm searching to find some decent imagery. Now the second one I go to, I'll just bring this one in, is Unsplash. And that's continued to grow. So it started off where it's quite small and there was just a few images being uploaded, but as it's expanded there are more images on there. And the reason I like this is these are kind of photographers that are just uploading their images for free. Sometimes you get some unusual ones. You always will find that there will be something different. So it's not kind of your mainstream. So if we typed in small business, for example, and there you've got you can narrow it down to say if you wanted a business, say a person, and small business. The only thing I'll say with this, it doesn't always match what you're after. It doesn't always kind of narrow down as well as I'd like. So I'd say this is limited. But sometimes you find an image that you've never seen elsewhere that can be really useful, and there are some nice tags and so on. It's an easy to use website, so that's my second one. Now my third one is a really unusual one, and not everyone's seen this one before. It's called Gratisography, and it's more a case of quirky photos. So if you were designing a job and you wanted something a bit different, so like here, the Incredible Hulk, so that's kind of an unusual type of picture, but again this is free download, and that's always useful if you just wanted to trial something out. They do come with a kind of Adobe trial as well that they encourage. There's a lot of adverts for that on here, so just something to bear in mind that there are a lot of adverts though, so quite often the photos that you think you're going to get for free end up leading you to an area that's not the case. But if we were to do, say, a mobile and do a search for that, so ignoring the Shutterstock advert, you come down, you do get these unusual photos that you're not going to see anywhere else. So something just worth bookmarking just in case you want something a little bit different. Now coming on to one of my favourites is Fotolia. This though appears now as being bought out by Adobe, so the two are kind of become one, but there is still some excellent stock photography here and useful photos, so well worth becoming a member, especially if you've got a Photoshop account and you want to find some really high quality images. So this is one of the better ones. Sometimes you have to purchase a you have to purchase obviously a subscription, but often they do come with trials, and so as you can see here's 10 images to start your trial, and I'd say that's well worth signing up for. You'll probably find that you'll get the images you want within those 10, and maybe just a few extras as well needed afterwards, but the quality of the images are excellent, and you do find there's a good amount of choice as well with those images. Now, one of the ones that I use again quite regularly is this one here called Big Stock. So Big Stock often comes with a free trial again. So here you've got a 7-day free trial. So again, I recommend using that first, getting to see what types of things you can get. Again, with all these, you've got a choice here of image or video, which is again something that I really like on these types of websites. If I click on mobile, let's see what comes up. So here you've got kind of an interesting choice. Some of the images are well done, others are perhaps a little bit poor. So you have to be kind of a bit selective. But on the whole, I'd say you get a kind of a good medium balance here. And you can get some quite good design ideas as well. So if you're looking for perhaps a logo idea, you can get some ideas for logos or some layouts as well. So yeah, it's one of those websites that it's certainly worth bookmarking and going to when you're looking for something different. Then again, one of my favourites is iStock by Getty. So Getty, of course, were always a very expensive website to go to, but they've then purchased iStock, and iStock is the much more affordable version. And normally you can get some type of plan here that's relatively cheap, so you can buy credits. So the way it works is you purchase maybe some credits, and then depending on what image you're buying will depend on how many credits it costs. So it's a little bit more complicated because you've got VAT and taxes and things to add on to this as well. But having said that, the quality of images and what you find when you do a search is excellent. So if I do a small business search, here you'll find that the quality of images are really smart. You can also do this at view similar images, so either it'll be by the same artist, like that's one credit, or you can just pay an outright £7. So you can normally find something that's exactly what you're after, and the quality of images, as you can see, are very high. And then finally, just again, if you're looking for free images and you want to just find a different way to get images, then the good old trusty Google Images is another way to go. And I mean, here I've just done a small business search under images, and you can narrow it down for infographics or startup. And what this does, it will just help you to perhaps find images that then you can find out whether they were purchased by iStock or whether they were from Big Stock or that type of thing. Now, the reason I use this sometimes is that all I have is maybe a number of an image that's been given me, and I need to find where it's come from, and then it then tells me from that number which website I can purchase it from, if that's what the client's after. But you can also, under tools, you can look at usage rights. So you could say, show me everything that's labelled for reuse. And these images have been labelled, so Commons, Wikipedia often give you free imagery that you can reuse, so that's quite useful. You've also got things like the size, so if you wanted a large version of an image of a certain specific type, you can then go to here as well. But what I would say is, as with all these things, like with Flickr and other images, just you do need to be careful of the copyrights. So you'd have to make sure you've got exactly what's needed. Quite often you'll find that some of the images are across several royalty-free sites, and you can then find it through this search as well as to where if you've got a subscription with Big Stock and you found an image that was with, say, Getty, you might find that the same photographer has put it across several of these websites, so then you can then get one under your subscription, which is another great way. So there was the 7 then that I currently use when I'm looking for images. The majority are free when you go under a trial license, and if you are purchasing them, obviously they don't cost a great deal. Just purchase them 10 at a time, and it works out a much cheaper way of doing it. Hope that's been useful. Don't forget to subscribe as I continue to produce videos that are going to help your business grow on the web. Thanks.